Hey guys, it's Alexis. I am back with a brand new video and thank you for being here as always. Happy Monday, happy holidays, happy belated Thanksgiving for those of us in the US. And today I am talking about back to basics. I've had a lot of clients recently who I haven't seen in a little while come back wanting a refresher. So I thought, let me do a video about the basics of a bunch of things: relationship manifestation, reality creation. I might or might not use props that you may or may not have seen before. How to recreate what is happening in your outer reality and the basics of the whole thing. Okay. Before I get started, though, the links for booking one-on-one coaching to talk about your situation, what you're going through, your relationship, to laugh and cry and chat about it together are in the box below. I have hypnosis available as well as one-on-one coaching available. Clients get a lot of success when combining the two, but you have to do coaching first to book hypnosis second. Okay. And if you do not see anything on my online calendar that works with your schedule, please email us directly at sessions@createyourfuture.co. Put in the subject line Alexis, and we can get you sorted to talk about your situation on my calendar in a time that works for you. Okay. So I would say I've had a handful of people who've come back to me and said, hey, I'm back to basics. Let's talk about how to get back on track. Let's talk about how to recreate me. I've been stuck. I've been in a slump. Let's talk about it. Okay. So what is reality? These are big topics. What is reality? How do you create what you want? And how do you shift and change once and for all to be in the relationship, in the reality that you're choosing? Well, rule number one is that reality comes from you. Whether you want to say reality is a projection, everyone is you pushed out, or what you're deciding is what's happening in your relationships, either way, you have to decide to get out of the mode of overthinking about everything everybody is doing and overthinking about it not working and having affirmations and then thinking thoughts outside of them and giving your power away to other people, because reality, you guys, comes from you. Relationship, your relationship, who you're being in your relationship, how your person is treating you is a direct reflection of two or three things. Number one, who you're choosing you are in the relationship. Number two, who you have decided and therefore assumed and therefore believe the other person to be. And number three, what you associate to the two of you as a we. It's like the song, Thoughts of He. You know, I said it in another video and then I remembered the actual phrase and then now I've forgotten it. Thoughts of me, thoughts of we, thoughts of she. I think it's a Drake song. Does anybody know that phrase? But it really is that simple. Now, the thing that is the most complicated for everyone to understand is not principle one, that everything comes from you, but principle number two, that your self-concept and what you're deciding and what you're thinking about you reigns supreme. So you wouldn't even need to know concept number one at all if you were implementing concept number two correctly. Now, what a lot of people are doing is they're over influenced by what they're seeing online about the first concept and the second concept, and they're not even applying concept number two. How do you know that you're not applying concept number two? If you're walking around feeling rejected, this is about love, okay? Rejected or abandoned. You guys got to decide that you're no longer going to be in the lane and in the place of love, rejection, or rejectionment. Now, what is the opposite of rejection or abandonment? What's the opposite? Anyone know? The opposite is actually stability, safety, security, and love. It isn't what a lot of people think it is, which is being so loved, bomb, love all the time, being hunted down, chased, and pursued. No. Actually, what I truly believe as human beings we're craving in love is security, stability, safety, and therefore being loved and pursued and adored and chosen. Okay. You can't get chosen by your person if you are not stable, safe, and secure within you, and you have to fight for it if you've never had it, like you are going against a current as you choose the reality where you are owning and implementing your own safety, stability, security. I have said this in every video, but I'm saying it again in perhaps a different way. Maybe not. Okay. is that what a lot of people are trying to do in manifesting for their person or manifesting for their relationship is putting safety, security, stability, or the future of what's going on with them in somebody else's hands. Now I can hear all the excuses already. Alexis, I'm this age. I am going to be turning 40 next month, or I am going to be 49. I'm going to be turning 50. I'm going to be turning 30. Okay. So therefore, is it my reality in their hands? Because I need them to act a certain way. I need us to have a family, and then I'll be happy. Then I'll be stable. Absolutely not. You have to choose and affirm and decide your safety, stability, security first. Think of it like this. There's the lane of what you want. There's the lane of what you don't want. Your safety, security, and stability, and your insecurity, essentially, your lack of confidence in you to create what you want, is in being dictated by somebody else is over here. Having what you want, thinking about what you want, deciding what you want, creating what you want, being good enough, more than good enough to have it is over here. Okay. Now, for a lot of people, the funny thing is the mind is so programmed to be here. The route of least resistance becomes all the negative thinking, the self-apathy, the self-sadness, the depression, the anxiety about love. But the pool you got to start to live in is here, and take responsibility and take control of your safety, security, and stability. And that is your key to all. Because if you're overthinking a person and overthinking someone, you have to bring your thoughts steadily, rhythmically, with consistency back to yourself. Okay. So you want to stop doing affirmations and doing your thought changes and recreating someone as the most important thing. The most important thing is not that. The most important thing is actually principle number 2, which is the recreating of self, being the one that is safe, stable, secure, loved, and adored right now. Now, I can just hear all of the questions of, well, how do I do that? What do I do? It comes down to your thoughts. You guys know I'm going to say this. If you're new to my videos, I've got over 200 videos on Create Your Future about thought changing, about love and relationships, and how do you become the version of you want. You have to think yourself into it. You have to decide and decide and decide, and stop talking to yourself in a way that is the opposite of that. Okay. Now, if you're a visual person, a visual learner, or if you like to do something visually, you can imagine yourself and see yourself as the version of you that is so safe, so stable, so confident, so secure within himself, within herself, that it's easy to manifest love, reconciliation, a better marriage with someone, because you are feeling safe and secure within you. What most people are walking around with is an internal image of self that is lacking these things. Oh, we were connected before, so we're not connected now. We went through a breakup, so something is wrong with me. Then you come to conscious manifesting, and it's like, I messed the whole thing up. I created that thing. So what did I do wrong? Did I mess it up, Alexis? Am I messing it up? Everybody needs to get over the idea of messing it up, because you can't. If you're thinking you're messing it up, it's because you've got, and I'm saying this with love, loves, a perfectionist mindset that you've just brought to manifesting. The process of self-recreation will show you your deep, dark spider webs. You guys get ready for it. Okay. This is not what I would call an easy process, because you're going to hear all the things, right? I'm so lovable. I'm so capable. I can do this. I am safe and stable, secure within me. Oh, right. Alexis says reality comes from me. So guess what, self? Reality comes from us. We're pretty great. Let's say you think that, right? I'm sure even as I say that, it feels good. What are you thinking 5 minutes later? Okay. And what am I going to say? You have to come back to the original thoughts and persist in them consistently with enough time that you tip over into the reality of your choosing, where you are so safe, so stable, so secure that manifesting your SP is like a piece of cake. Oh my goodness. I almost had an F-bomb. We're family friendly. I'm not allowed to. I just went off on a tangent. Okay. And anyways, that is how you can get yourself into gear. Now, saying that here, it's the end of November. We are approaching Christmas. We're getting into a new year. I do not recommend doing your conscious manifesting like a New Year's resolution, because a lot of that is like getting really, really, really amped up. And then the same thing might happen. You want to be doing this all the time. You want to be doing this consistently, collectively. You know, I remember all of my years in fitness. It was a big joke in my studio that everybody would have New Year's resolutions. Well, guess when everyone came back in the studio full force? February. Like the beginning of February. Everybody had gotten over the holidays last year, what did or didn't happen, you know, and then we're approaching February, and then we got Valentine's Day. So you do not want to be in a disillusion this time of year, being like, yes, I'm going to manifest my person by the new year or for the new year. No, you want to create a collective, consistent process. Okay. That is the self-work. And that's the easiest way to say it, but it is the hardest thing to do and implement when you're doing it also on your own, because you have to really understand who you've been and who you want to be. And as you decide who you want to be, let me tell you all the things about who you've been, the people who have told you who you are, what so-and-so said, so-and-so said, so-and-so said, so-and-so said, what so-and-so still says is going to influence the choice of who you choose you are. But this is how you do this. In love and relationships, principle number 3 is, who am I choosing we are? Who am I choosing they are? Let me just do a refresher on the 3 principles I'm talking about today. Number 1, reality comes from you. You can say that as, you can just say it. Reality comes from me. Nothing can happen to me unless I create it into being. Nothing can happen out there unless I've decided it in here. Okay. Or you can say everyone is you pushed out. Or you can say reality is a projection. I, Alexis, because of my training in neuro-linguistic programming and in hypnotherapy, I like to think that there is a movie going on that I am the center of. That I am the center of, and that when I am not the center of the movie, that means that I have something going on. There is a something that I've created. When I'm feeling bad, feeling negative, it's bringing myself back to the basics of the energy of reality is not real. Energy is always moving, always changing. It's waves, it's particles. It's here, it's there. It's always fluctuating. Okay. I know for my life that I have memories of being a child, like we all do. I have memories of previous relationships. I have memories of how I created exactly where I'm at right now. Memories being that I thought things into being that I'm currently in. One that I've talked about a lot in my videos is I always had a vision. Always had a vision of me working on a property where I had a house and I worked in the back house. That is exactly what I'm doing now. I am speaking to you and cutting this video from our property where I have my office in the back. You can't tell. Google Meet doesn't really let me like turn the camera around. I don't think it would be so eloquent. Okay. But that's what's happening. Funnily enough, too, when I even think of the image that I had in my mind of working in the back house, the back house looked how my office looks now. And I will tell you, when I moved into this house, the office here didn't look this way. Now, funnily enough, when I began to work here, the house got painted, the office got painted, and now this image lines up exactly to that which I manifested and thought about like years ago. And now I've been working back here for, I don't know, since my son was born. It's been about, so he's 3.5. So it's been about 3 years. Okay. So in any event, that's how reality comes from you. It is not that complicated. And it is not that something to overanalyze and overcapitulate in your own mind. It is just the thoughts you're thinking, who you're choosing to be, and what you're thinking into being is what causes it to unfold. Now, let's take me as an example, as a coach, hypnotherapist, relationship manifestation specialist over here in my office, okay? If I think back to my whole career in this field, okay, I've had 2 major careers. What propelled me to manifest and create working here in my dream situation? Okay. It was the belief in self that I can do this. I deserve it. I'm worthy and I'm enough and I am great at what I do. That's always been my internal talk with myself about both careers. Okay. Now, the funny thing is that I didn't really choose either of them. They kind of found me. Okay. But once I knew this is what I wanted to do, it was like, okay, I'm going to get the right training. I'm going to have the right years of clinical training. I'm going to coach a lot of people. I'm going to figure out how to do this. And then once I had that self-confidence, it was like, yeah, eventually I'm going to work from home. I'm going to have my office. It's going to look like this. It's going to be fab. It's going to be my own. It's going to be my she-den. Okay. And that's what happened. It was never from the place of this, like, can I do this? Like, can this be a career? Can this be a job? Like, can I really do this? I mean, I'm telling you guys, there was questioning, doubting along the way. Okay. And there's been many shifts in my career as a coach from in person to this. But there was always a sense of, I'm a great coach. I'm confident in this. If I'm doing this, it's going to work out for me in a way that I can do it. Okay. Instead of, oh, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not, questioning, doubting, wondering about my worth. No, it was, I'm doing this, so therefore this is going to happen. You have to have the same conviction about your specific person and about who you are in your relationship. It is a non-negotiable. You are required to think of yourself differently, and then it will all unfold. And you can then manifest the SP like a piece of cake, okay? Because it will not be from desperation, wanting, needing, having to have them, like they're supposed to give you something. And it's their job to be, you know, giving you all the happiness, giving you all the things. Oh, we're working out so great, so therefore we have a family. No, all of that is a lie and an illusion. You have to decide who you are first. You have to decide who they are, and you have to decide with repetition who the three of you, okay, you, them, and the two of you are together collectively in reality. Okay. So reality also isn't real. It is just a reminder this time of year when everyone is in their holiday cheer and you are or are not celebrating whatever is going on, like you guys, reality again is not real. I have tested this out. I have tried it. It's not. Reality is waves and particles that are moving outside of you. That's it. It shifts and changes based upon who you are and who you hold yourself to be. Okay. So this is back to basics. The way that you can shift and change if you just accept and understand that you're not in the most confident, loving, self-adorational place in life is to decide that you are, no matter what is happening outside of you. You cannot look to your outer circumstances to keep yourself on track. You cannot be doing, you know, and I think everyone tries to be super sneaky with me. They try to convince me like, yeah, Alexis, but like this outer circumstance, like, doesn't this mean this isn't real? Blah, blah, blah. You guys, like, I'm not really the coach for that. Because if you're coming to me and you want me to convince you, and you're not really doing a good job at convincing yourself that reality creation is real, and you're not doing and you're not implementing the affirmations I've given you, then like, I don't know what to tell you. You're not going all in. You're not dedicated to changing yourself and changing your reality. Again, the only person that can do it is you. So what is the holdup? What is the over questioning, overthinking? And I find that some people like are wanting something, like looking at a circumstance like, well, that didn't change, so like I can't change my circumstances. Don't do that either. Don't get so over analytical, overly clinical about it. When you get overthinking about reality, go out, have some fun. Stop getting like a chokehold and a desperateness and a neediness on your person or whatever you're manifesting. It's not going to come through that way. Okay. It's going to come through from you deciding, and then you being in a place of enjoying your life, being in the best place, having fun, experiencing life, doing some things, distracting yourself. It's not going to come from overthinking, overanalyzing, searching for more affirmations, and then being around like, what am I thinking? Monitoring every thought. Absolutely not. I do not believe that our creator created us to create from that way. That is overanalyzing, and it just sounds, and it is no fun. Okay. Anyone else here to have a good time, have some fun, enjoy life. Okay. I'm all for it. But you have to be implementing that reality comes from you and you're deciding. Okay. You decide and you affirm and you live your life and you do your things and you go about things and you keep on coming back to you and saying, reality comes from me. Therefore, I'm deciding, guess what? It's all working out for me because I am safe and I'm stable and I'm secure. I'm confident within myself. I know who I am. I understand that I have the skill set within to make it happen because I'm the one that makes it happen. It's me. Okay. So therefore, he loves me. He chooses me too, because I have my safety, stability, security, and I am just creating something into being. I'm not putting my self-worth, what's going on in my life, in the person's hands outside of me. Absolutely not. Okay. And people do this all the time without knowing these principles. People reclaim themselves. They do a glow up these days, like on Instagram, and they do the exact same thing because they bring all the focus they've given other people back to themselves. Now, when the glow up era is over, do they maintain it? I'm not really sure, because I don't know if they think or they know that thoughts are things and thoughts create, and what they think about themselves dictates all. Okay. So like I had said a couple of videos ago, I had a client that did like paragraphs of her inner stories about what was going on with her SP. And then she wrote them down in paragraphs and then wrote the opposite. Okay. You can do this with yourself. You want to understand, what is my story of rejection and or abandonment? Write it down, look at it, and write the opposite, right? Give the abandonment, give the rejection back to the people who you think created it, or decide that it's no longer active. Decide, I am living in the now. Rejection and abandonment are a thing of the past, and I am living and creating and deciding that I am so safe and so stable, so secure in love. I am so safe, I am so stable, I am so secure in all my relationships. I am so safe and I am so stable, I'm so secure in friendships. I have so many people around me who love me and adore me. It's all working out for me. It's all coming to me. It's all working out for me. It's all coming to me. Okay. So you want to get clear on what's the story of you. That is the way. That is step number 2, is the most important step. I would put it as step number 1, but the thing is that we can't negate the actual energy of reality. And the reason why you can do all of this and mold and shape reality is because it is energy. Okay. So it's still got to be number 1. Okay. So basics are, reality is energy. As you shift and as you change, things shift and change outside of you. It's just how it's always worked. Don't overcomplicate it. Step number 2 is who you're being and what you're thinking about you is the basis of the entire manifestation of your relationship. Step number 3 is that what you're thinking about your person and the two of you is the culmination of it all. But you can't jump to step number 3 without fully deciding and appreciating step number 1 and then implementing step number 2. Okay. A lot of people do this. They hear about this. They don't really know what's going on. They go right to number 3, bunch of thoughts about a person, and they can't stick to it. Do you know why? Because the thoughts of self have been negated. And those little thoughts of self, like, you're not in the best place, right? They're not going to love you like that. Love doesn't work out for you. That all women this, that all men this, that this is what happens to you. That it's just going to end up like the rest. Okay. How the heck are you going to manifest with the number 3 thoughts, step 3 thoughts, if you haven't caught all those other thoughts about self? The reason is because you have to do step number 2 first, and always alongside step number 3. So if you are wanting to get back on board, or as just a motivation of this week, decide that you are in the best place. Everything is happening for you. You are safe and you are stable and you are secure in your relationship, and you're deciding to think it and create it into existence. Okay. Now, I'm not talking today about living in the end or having a visual idea of the end result or the end picture. Because the step first is to get a hold of your thoughts and understand that your thoughts create, because your thoughts create all the feelings, your thoughts create all the images, your thoughts create everything. Okay. So if you're wondering why, this is a back to basics video. So number 1 needs to be energy of reality. Everything is energy. Number 2 is, who are you being? What are my thoughts of self? And number 3 is, who are they being? Who are we together? You have to affirm those into existence while focusing on step number 2 the most heavily. Okay. Because this is the thing. A lot of people, when they hear end result thinking or living in the end, right? They're just living in the end of being the same self and the person doing things for them. Okay. That's not going to work. You have to be living in the end of the version of you that is step number 2. And then naturally, easily, you can then see and manifest that the person is doing things for you. Okay. So it's got to be you guys. You are the creator of all. Your thoughts create, your thoughts are things, and they manifest into the reality outside of you. So refresh yourself and decide to stay on track and be persistent. Maybe that means doing your intentions, focusing on what you're thinking 5 times a day right now. Maybe it's 3 times a day. Just once in a while, whenever you think about it, it's never going to be enough. Like, that just means that when your mind is triggered about something, then you flip the thought. I don't like that. I like more of an intentional practice that is based upon routine and consistency, because most of us like routine and consistency. And even if you don't like routine and consistency, try it out, okay? Because you want to be getting ahead of it. You want to be getting a hold of reality creation because it comes from you, instead of like, oh, I'm thinking about this. It's just triggered in my mind, so I'm going to think the opposite thoughts. No, I don't like that. Really, really do this with purpose, conviction, determination to be that self, that version of you that is the best, that is so loved, that is so adored, that is yada, 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 depending on what you're manifesting. All right. Okay, everybody. Happy holidays again. Have a great, see, there's still going to be a couple days of November, I think, when this airs. Is that true? I'm going to look on my calendar. Oh, no, this will be airing December 1st. So let's have a great intro into December. I am so thankful for all of you that watch my videos, who are learning to apply these principles. I am so grateful and thankful this time of year for all of my one-on-one clients and everyone. It's such an honor from the deepest, deepest depths of me that you choose me to talk about your issues, work through problems. I could shed a tear for all the people that, you know, this time of year, you guys are going through big things, but they're manifesting through it. So either way, oh, I didn't expect to get emotional. It's an honor to be here. And I'm so grateful for everyone that watches my videos, who kind of puts their lives in my hands. You know, this is what I wanted to do as a career, and I couldn't be happier doing it. So thank you for supporting me. Thanks for watching the video. Let's fly into December, creating the best that we can create for ourselves for December, not manifesting things to happen so then you feel better, but manifesting that you're feeling better right now, that you're in control of your safety, security, stability right now. And therefore you're moving into the new year, but moving into the newness always of reality with your best foot forwards about yourself. Okay. I love you guys so much. And I will see you in my next video. Have an awesome day. Mwah. Bye.